Hi Gemini, welcome to my channel. My name is Esjaye and the channel name obviously is Esjaye Intuitive. I am an intuitive reader. My cards are jumping out all over the place already. I am an intuitive reader, which means that I only use the tarot and oracle as the basis for the reading. I mainly pick up the interpretations for the cards via spirit. When I was concentrating and tuning in earlier, I asked which sign did they want me to start with, and they chose you, Gemini. So you're the chosen ones today. They also wanted me to look at your money situation, around your work situation, your career. So this is going to be my first video for my first YouTube channel. So if you like the reading today, I'd like you to subscribe, please, because that would really help me to get going with the channel. And let me know any comments or any sort of readings you'd like me to do, etc, etc. As the channel develops, I will get into a routine of doing obviously readings at certain times, whether that be daily, weekly, monthly. I'm not quite sure at this moment in time how it's going to pan out. I'm very much following my intuition at the moment and just going sort of with what spirit guide me to do, and so we'll see where it takes us, but for now, Gemini, as I say, if you could take a moment please just to like, subscribe, that would really help me get started. And don't forget to press the little bell button so that you'll be notified when my next videos come up. Okay, in the meantime, let's get started. So Spirit, we're concentrating please on Gemini. What advice do you have for Gemini regarding the money situation, please? What advice do you have for Gemini regarding the money situation? What advice do you have for Gemini, please? What advice do you have for Gemini, please? Oop. How many, Spirit? How many? How many? Okay. You know, sometimes Spirit get me to read from the bottom, sometimes they get me to read from the top. So if I appear to be pulling out cards in strange ways, then you'll know why, Gemini. Bear with me. I get feelings from the individual cards. So sometimes, although I pick up a bunch, there may be certain ones that call to me and certain ones that don't. Excuse me. Okay, let's start with these four. I hope you can move them along, make sure they're in shot. Okay. You have to bear with me on my camera work. This is my first channel. So patience, please. Okay, let's get started. So Gemini, this is quite interesting. It kind of feels like, you know, you have new beginnings here, but in this context, you know, Spirit is saying to me that it feels like you are feeling sort of almost like frustrated in your situation, that you want a new beginning, that you want to forge through any obstacles. You see in this particular Ace of Swords, he's very, sorry, I think it's a she. It doesn't matter because my readings are never gender specific, so it doesn't really matter whether it's he or a she. But you can see her holding the sword aloft, ready for new challenges, ready to fight through any obstacles. She's got some things that are in her way, but she's fighting through them. And so this is a new bold start, a new bold beginning. And this very much this card is bringing me a feeling of frustration for you, Gemini, that you've been feeling really not quite happy where you are, maybe a bit stuck, maybe a bit confused about what your options are. And certainly, if you look at the sort of chaotic feeling of the Eight of Wands here. Now the Eight of Wands, we have, as you'll see, there's many wands, they're all up in the air. A look of confusion on this person's face. They don't know which one to choose. They don't know which direction to go in. They're trying to hold on to something to help them sort of decide what they're going to do, and to try and get some control of the chaos, really. And you know, that it sort of feels like you've been feeling that you want this new opportunity, but at the same time you don't know quite which direction to go in, because everything feels a little bit chaotic, and you don't know what to sort of, which direction to go in, what to hang on to, or how to bring some order really into your life. As a result, that's making you feel a bit stuck. You see, we have the Hangman here. Hangman can't really do anything. He's feeling sort of bound both at hands and feet. Although, interestingly, he has a key in his hand. I don't know if you can see that very clearly on there. Hopefully you can. He's holding the key. At the moment, he can't access any of the locks with his key. But what Spirit are saying is, although you maybe are feeling some frustration in your workplace at the moment, or in your working life, I should say, not necessarily a workplace, and although you're sort of feeling a bit you're trying to get some semblance of order so that you can forge forward, you have this feeling of frustration, you have this feeling of being stuck, but in actual fact, you do hold the key. It's just at the moment, there feels like there's a delay, because things feel like they're very sort of suspended, and at a bit of a standstill. The King of Cups has come up in an interesting reading. The King of Cups came through. I did a practice read earlier for you, Gemini, a money read, which was quite interesting. And the King of Cups came up there. And I almost get the feeling that you're in a position where, as I say, this is not gender specific, but I always get a feeling that you're in a position where you're wanting to feel on top of things, which would make sense if you've been experiencing chaos, but you're wanting to feel on top of things, you're wanting to feel, you know, at peace with the things around you, but also feel in a position where you sort of are you're established with where you are, so that you have, you see, if you look at the King of Cups is very sort of benevolent, very loving, very caring. You know, it may be that you're looking at, especially with the things that are going on in the world at the moment, it may be that it's making you review the sort of work you do, Gemini, or maybe you're just thinking about how you can expand on your work to encompass some sort of caring role. This is definitely a king that feels at peace with what he's doing, you know, but the loving and the caring attitude, the protective attitude, it's all there. And I always get the feeling that you're looking for something that maybe you find a bit more emotionally fulfilling for you in your work. Let's do a reshuffle. I'm going to put out some more of the tarot. I love this tarot set. It's one of my favourites. Can you see the back? It's The Everyday Witch by Deborah Blake. And I will put a link into my... Sorry, I was just thinking that through. There was a little delay there, wasn't there? No, I will put a link below on the video in the blurb underneath. If they're still available. I had to wait a while to get copies of these because they went, I don't know if they went out of print, but they certainly were quite hard to get for a short time. So, Spirit, anything else for Gemini, please? Any other messages for Gemini? We're looking specifically at the month ahead, so we're looking at May 2020 Spirit. What else can you tell us for Gemini, their career and their money, please? Oh, I didn't see those jump out then, caught me unawares. Right, and these are within camera, hopefully, yes. Ah, so Gemini. It may be that you're dealing with some legal matters at work because you have the Justice card here. It may be that you're dealing with some legal matters, but I get the feeling more that it's about you feeling that you want, it's about the right and the wrong, that you're wanting almost to balance things out. There's something in your life that is maybe not as balanced as you'd want it to be. So, you know, maybe this is where this sort of caring role is we talked about with the King of Cups. Maybe, you know, you are looking to make a move forward to find a different path, to find a different way, get control of things a bit better in your life, that in order to choose things that are more nurturing for you. You know, so this is maybe where this sense of balance comes in. But I did hear the words right or wrong when this card came out. So, you know, you're maybe looking for a new path that feels right for you. Sorry, there's a reflection on here. I've got sun coming through the window, would you believe? In April, in England, unheard of. Anyway, so yes, it's about getting the balance about what feels right for you. You want the escape from the chaos you saw earlier with the previous card that we looked at, the Eight of Wands, but also it's about taking that time to find the role that is going to make you feel nurtured. Now, interestingly, like I said to you, I did a practice read earlier, and the King, I keep calling him a king, that's weird. I've done that twice today. The Knight of Pentacles came up in the previous reading as well. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, as you can see, is carrying a pentacle which he's holding out in front of him. This is very much about an offer. Now, it feels like in the coming month, Gemini, you will be there will be an offer coming in for you. It will be an offer around your work because it's work and finance we're sort of looking at in this reading. And this very much shows somebody coming in with some sort of offer for you, or that you will hear of some sort of offer that is coming towards you. And what's lovely about that is that it's come out with the Fool. The Fool is all about taking a risk, taking a new step, changing directions in life, or basically not so much, well, yeah, changing direction, yes, I guess, because you are taking a leap of faith, which could well be a change of direction. This is a new start, a leap of faith, you know, new journeys. You'll see in this, if I hold it a bit closer, I think you'll be able to see there's a ship down here that is sailing. It's very much about forging forward, new voyages, new journeys in your life. Not necessarily travel, but could be. But very much goes hand in hand with this Knight of Pentacles card, because it's showing you, you know, as a result of this new offer, you have the opportunity to make a fresh start, if that's what you want. Like I always say, Gemini, you may find that this reading doesn't necessarily resonate with where you are right now. And if that's the case, that's fine. We all have free will, and this, obviously the reading can't apply to every single Gemini in the world, because that would be very strange if everybody did exactly the same at the same time. Because, as we say, there's lots of factors that can affect the way we move forward. And, you know, we do all have free will. But if this resonates with you, then please, you know, take something from it, because this is looking quite positive. When you look at the confusion that you started off with in your desire to forge ahead with a brand new idea and cut through your obstacles, but then you hit this period of confusion and chaos, really, and it led to you feeling frustrated, and all you want is you know, to feel that you're in control of things, at peace with things, and to feel in this really nice warm position and to get some balance in your life. You know, here you are in May 2020 with somebody bringing you an offer. Okay, now I'm going to pull some cards of clarity in a moment. I just want to pull another, maybe 1 or 2 tarot, because I'm feeling that this isn't a complete story yet. But what it is saying is that you have the opportunity with this offer to have a brand new start, or to start something new. I mean, that could also be, it could be something completely new. It is a leap of faith, or it could simply be something that you're adding. So I'm getting that in camera because I'm not quite used to it. Something that you're adding to what you're already doing, you know? So it could be just something extra for you. But it is a leap of faith, which does suggest that it could be something bigger than that. Spirit, please clarify this Fool. Please give us the next card in this sequence regarding what happens after the Fool. Yeah, you see, this came up as well when I did the practice read, as you would expect, really. We've now got 3 of the cards that came up this morning in the practice read. The Star card, you are being guided and you're being protected. So it's almost like Spirit have brought you this opportunity because they want you to take this leap of faith. You know, they want you to move forward. They want to take you out of this energy of feeling sort of, you know, having an idea with the Ace of Swords and having then the confusion. They want you to cut through that, and they're backing you to do that. You know, the energy of Spirit is here. Anything, you know, sorry, there you go. The spiritual sort of energy is coming through you from one side to the other, all the way through you. And, you know, it looks like this could be quite a sort of a magical move for you. Right, let's just see is there another card, please? Is there another card? Usually I start off with 8 cards, but for some reason it feels like there's more to come, and I feel like there's another card with the tarot before we do clarifiers. Yes, the Magician. That makes sense. Thank you, Spirit. That makes sense. We have the Magician card here, which, following from what I just said regarding the Star card, makes perfect sense. Because the Magician card is very much a card of manifestation. So the things that you were hoping for, which in this reading looks like you were hoping to be in the same position as the King of Cups, if that's the position you were looking to be in, Gemini, then I think Spirit is saying, you know, you're at this time, you have what it takes to turn this situation to what you at the position. I'll get my words right in a minute. To turn this situation into something that is really good for you. And in order to confirm that, they've given us the Magician card, which is a card of manifestation. So, you know, that looks like this could be, whatever this offer is, looks like it could be a really good offer for you. Is there anything else with the tarot, Spirit? Is there anything else with the tarot before we move on? Is there anything else? One more. Yeah, it's just a word of warning from Spirit, really, Gemini. We have the 5 of Cups here. They know that in the past things have been a bit tricky for you. They know that you've had to juggle some things. They've known that maybe you've had to struggle. They know that you've had chaos to deal with, as we've already talked about, and some frustrations and some delays. What they're saying to you is this fresh start, they're bringing you this, as we've just said with the Star card. It's going to manifest good things for you. You know, this is a manifestation of the things that you have been asking for. What they don't want you to do is focus on the difficulties or focus on the stressful times before and think, oh, this is too good to be true, it's not going to last. they want you to concentrate. You can see here, the boy here is bringing in another cup to, you know, to add to the collection. But this man is so focused on the empty cups here that he can't see even the boy coming in with the things that are good. So Spirit are asking you to focus on the good things that are being offered, and that things could actually come out, which obviously, if you know anything about law of attraction and manifestation, that's what it's all about. It's about focusing on what you want to manifest and believing that you have the spiritual backing in order to reach those manifestations. Right, I'm just going to put the tarot to one side, and I'm going to pull some confirmation cards. Bear with me, there's always one I leave behind. Right. So we've got a few cards to clarify here. Let's see how we get on. If this reading is resonating with you, Gemini, please, 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 can you see that? Is that still in? No, you can't. Okay. That's better, isn't it? I'm a newbie. I'm not a newbie to reading, I'm just a newbie to cameras. So any help you can give me would be great. I love these cards so much. Gemini Spirit. We're focusing on Gemini, please. Could you tell us more about the Ace of Swords? Could you please tell us more about the Ace of Swords? Could you tell us more about the Ace of Swords, please, Spirit? Right, they've given us two. Ah, yes. You see, this again, this is clarity, obviously. You know, what? I've got my finger on it, which doesn't help you at all, does it? I'll hold them up here. Okay, so what we've got here, the Authority card very much goes in line with the Ace of Swords, because here you are trying to forge forward, trying to make a new start, trying to, you know, cut through all the obstacles, but in which ties in beautifully with the Authority card about taking the lead, wanting to forge forward, you know, very much sort of a traditional masculine energy, wanting to push forward, but you know, you do have this fear here, and I suspect that the fear is coming from things you've dealt with in the past, and also the chaos that is surrounding you, and wanting to make the right decision. So that sort of makes sense for me. I don't know how we're going to lay these out. Can you see those? I need a bigger table. Okay. So let's see if there's anything else to clarify the Eight of Wands. Ah, yes, you see, hand in hand, choose wisely. So here you are, bless you, trying to choose from all these different opportunities, looking very worried, not knowing quite which way to turn, and, you know, you're being urged to choose wisely from that situation, which is what you've been trying to do. So that sort of clarifies that beautifully. I'm going to put that under there. Let's clarify that. He just dropped, I think. Spirit, let's clarify the Hanged Man, please. Let's clarify the Hanged Man for Gemini. Yes, patience. I just love these. I love these Oracle cards too. These are the Tarot Oracle cards by John Holland. Fabulous cards, love them. And that's very much about being patient. The Hangman has no choice but to be patient, because, you know, you're literally waiting for things to change, waiting for the right moment, basically. I want to look more carefully at the King of Cups. Oops, Spirit, let's look at the King of Cups. How does the King of Cups feature for Gemini, please? I've just dropped half the pack on top of all my tarot, which doesn't help. Spirit, that's too many cards. apologies, Gemini. Let's just, I'll do them over here. Spirit, please clarify the King of Cups for Gemini. What's this all about, please? Why is the King of Cups here? Why is the King of Cups here? Yeah, I mean, you know, the card they've given us is positive movement forward. To go with the King of Cups. So, you know, Gemini, that, you know, to reach this position where you feel at peace with what you're doing, but you feel like you're in a strong position, but you're calm with all around you, you know, you're sort of able to be calm, therefore you're able to feel emotionally nurtured, to be able to care for those around you, but also for self-care, which is really, really important. That you know that this is going to be a positive move forward for you if you could reach that state of being. Sorry if that's just a bit out of camera, but I can't fit them all on my table. Right, let's have a look at this balance you need to bring in. Let's have a look at justice, please. Spirit, can you please clarify justice for me? I think these I felt these come up together. You've got two chakra cards here, Gemini. You've got solar plexus and you've got the heart chakra. And in terms of trying to get some balance in your life, and it may be that you're working on trying to relieve the stress that you're dealing with in life at the moment and trying just to find a better balance, because balance is what was coming up. Right or wrong was what was coming up. And in order to right or wrong, you need to nurture yourself, which is what we've just been talking about with the King of Cups and positive movement forward. But also, you know, this is telling you solar plexus is all about your emotions, and it's spirit are telling you that you can. This is something that you can achieve, but you in order to do so, you need to nurture your emotions, and that's confirmed with the heart chakra card, which is basically saying, you know, you need to. It's about self-love. I think I mentioned that when talking about the King of Cups just a few minutes ago. You know, spirit are wanting you to look after yourself. They're wanting you to nurture yourself emotionally, in readiness for, you know, the new opportunities that lie ahead. And again, that sort of dovetails with this card we had earlier that said, you know, please focus on the positives and don't dwell on the negatives. So they're saying to you, at this moment in time, self-love, self-nurture, looking after your emotions will bring in the balance you need to be more confident that your manifestations are on their way. Spirit knows they're on their way. They've brought you the Star card. But for you, you know, because of what you've been through in the past with your work, and it is work we're focusing on today, that, you know, this is why you're feeling that way, Gemini. You have those moments of sort of doubt and dread almost. I'm not sure if that one came out or whether I just pulled it, so let me shuffle again. Spirit, please give a card for the Knight of Pentacles. Please tell us, why is the Knight of Pentacles here? What is that all about, please? Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? What is it all about? Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? Just caught that one. Well, interestingly, these two cards seem significant to me. I'm not going to take those ones because these are the ones that showed themselves to me. And this is the card that I've just said I wasn't sure fell out or whether I pulled it out by mistake. This is the Sacrifice card. Clearly it's significant because Spirit have brought me up again, brought them up again. And just turn those over because they can be distracting. Okay, so here we have this Knight of Pentacles bringing in this new offer. Now, what Spirit are saying is that, yes, he's bringing in this offer which is going to bring you a new start, and ultimately is going to put you in a position of harmony. Now, I know the couple in that picture, this looks like a harmonious, loving relationship, but obviously we're focusing on work and career at the moment in this reading. So this is very much about you finding a situation, a role that you feel happy with in order to earn your income, whether that be a job, whether that be a business, whether that be, you know, a partnership with someone. Could well be a partnership because of the card that's come up here, because it's a harmony card with these two people. It looks like it's going to be a possible partnership, and certainly it sort of matches the energy of the King of Cups, because it's got that peacefulness about it, that inner sort of almost like a relaxed feel about it. Now, what Spirit is saying, let's just pop harmony there for a moment, because they also brought up these two cards at this moment in time, which is quite interesting. Because, like we said, we saw this knight earlier bringing you here, sorry, I don't know if you can see that, towards the Fool card, where this lady, and she's just a lady in the card, which is why I said lady, it could be either gender as we said, she's taking a leap of faith, a jump forward. So it doesn't surprise me that Spirit are also showing us these cards. We have a card of sacrifice, which they really wanted us to see because that came up. Now, it may well be that you're worried that if you take this leap of faith, or this, you know, this offer comes in, you're worried that you're going to have to sacrifice something in order to move forward. And that may simply be because sometimes these messages come through in very simplistic terms. It may simply be that although you've been in a chaotic work position before, it may be scary to let go of it. It's more like that saying, the better the devil you know, you know. And yes, there will be some challenges, maybe a few obstacles along the way, because every new path you start or new endeavour you start has obstacles and challenges. That's how we learn, that's how we grow. So, you know, in these cards coming up, when we asked about the Knight of Pentacles, they were no surprise to me because, as I said, with any change in life, or any change, you know, any change in life, like I said, you are going to have the fear about what you're leaving behind, and you are going to have obstacles and challenges, regardless of you knowing in your heart of hearts that actually this is going to be a lot better for you. And that's why you've got the card of harmony. So let's see what they tell us about this leap of faith, because these are the feelings before you've made the leap of faith. Let's see what comes up. We're looking at Gemini, please, Spirit. We're looking at Gemini. I'm just going to turn these around. I don't do reversals. Let's look, Gemini, please, Gemini. What is this Fool card here for? What is the feeling of the Fool card? Where's the Fool card going to lead us? Where is the Fool card going to lead Gemini, please? Gemini, intuitively, we have the card of awareness here. Intuitively, you know that this opportunity is going to be a good opportunity for you. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not saying if someone turns up in the middle of May and offers you something and you think, not sure about that. If you think about it and it doesn't feel right to you, don't do it. You know, just because it's come up in the cards today doesn't mean that it's necessarily the opportunity for you. But what we're saying is be aware that there could well be this opportunity coming up for you in May, that if you are ready for a change and you're looking for a change and it feels right for you, because this is the card of your intuition, not mine, your intuition, then if you do decide to take action, and that is your free will, if you do decide to take action, you know, there's almost like it inside you feel that you know you're going to lead to, it's going to lead to you feeling a lot more peaceful. I seem to say a lot of words in that one sentence. Did you notice? Sorry. Right, Spirit, let's look at the star card, please. What else can you tell us about the star? What else can you tell us about the star? What guidance can you give us regarding the star, please? What guidance can you give us regarding the star? Gemini. What the star for Gemini? Why is the star here, please? Why is the star here? Yeah, the temptation card. This is an interesting card as well. This is, well, they're all interesting actually, but you know, when they come up, it's interesting where they come up. So you have these sort of magical, almost like magical qualities to you at the moment, simply because you're guided, you're supported by spirit. And, you know, the temptation card can be about addictions. It can be, can you see that? It looks quite dark as I see it in the camera. It can be about addictions. It can just be about behaviours that aren't in your best interest. Okay, so that's just something for you to be aware of. They will be helping you through any difficult situations. But if you are feeling, I don't know, maybe a little bit stressed or maybe a little bit worried because it's a new start and it's, you know, challenging or whatever, just be aware that you know, you need to keep your sort of behaviours in check to enable you to move forward positively. Okay, I hope that made sense. It's sort of you know, spirit are with you, they are protecting you, and they are sort of protecting you from this sort of situation. So yeah, I mean, they've just thrown it out, but highlighted this card in the pack, in the deck. They've actually said that what they're aiming for you is material and spiritual prosperity. Okay, so they will protect you from anything that could cause you any problems and stop you reaching this King of Cups position that you're aiming for. Okay, right, so what about these fears? And this is where, I mean, the temptation card could well come in with the Four of Cups card as well. You know, it could be that they want you to guard against sort of wallowing in worry, you know, focusing on the empty cups like we said before. And it may be that that's why they've thrown up the temptation card, to say just keep a check on your behaviour, make sure that you're keeping a positive energy, because, you know, the outcome of this whole situation is that, you know, what you want is going to manifest. But positive mindset is crucial. Let's just see if they've got any more guidance around the Four of Cups. I think we're almost there then, I think, but we'll wait and see what Spirit advise. Four of Cups, please, Spirit. What can you tell us about the Four of Cups? Any more clarity, please, for Gemini? Any more clarity? I think that's too many, but I think it's the front one they want me to take. They'll always tell me which one they want me to take. Is it the front one? Yes. Yes. Yeah, again, you see, they don't want you, Gemini, to focus or worry. This is a card of worry. This is always how it comes out to me, you know, intuitively. They don't want you to be worrying, which is what this guy here is doing. He's worrying about the empty cups and about, you know, what's ahead and what he can't handle and all those sorts of things. They don't want you to be worrying. They're here with you. They're here with you, ready to help you manifest, Gemini, which is all looking really positive. So it's almost like, you know, that saying where they say you need to get out of your own way. It's a situation like that I'm feeling. So can we please have some more clarity, Spirit, around the Magician card? Why is the Magician card here? What can you tell Gemini, please? What can you tell Gemini? What can you tell Gemini, please? What can you tell Gemini about a Magician card? What can you tell Gemini Spirit? What can you tell Gemini, please? What can you tell Gemini about the manifestation? Magician card. No, that's not clear enough. Spirit, please, can you give us a card, please? Ooh. Oops. No, they don't feel right. Sorry, they don't feel right. Spirit, can you give me a card, please? Is there a card that you want to give us for the Magician, for Gemini? This one. Yeah, and we've got this balance again, Gemini. And of course you are, you know, Gemini, the sort of twin energies on you, and they want to bring balance into your life. They want you to not focus on this, you know, the worrying, the stressing. They want you to reach your King of Cups moment. They want you to manifest all the things that would make you feel better and more at peace and harmony. So, you know, they're helping you to manifest. They're here with you. They're giving you the Star card, as we've said. So, you know, Spirit's aim is to bring in that sense of balance for you. So that is what they're bringing in for you in terms of, it's quite an interesting reading, this, Gemini. And it's not surprising because at the moment, with the way things are in the world, lots of people are stressing and worrying. Lots of people are worrying about their jobs. Lots of people are worrying about, obviously, about health and, you know, about finance, which is why I thought I'd focus on finance and work today. So I'm not at all surprised that we have in this reading the need to balance out and self-care, as we had before. You know, these self-care cards were very clear. This needing to reach harmony was very clear despite any obstacles. We really need you to nurture yourself at the moment, Gemini, and, you know, try and put these fears. I know it's easier said than done. There's nothing worse when you're worrying than somebody saying stop worrying, but basically Spirit is saying they've got this, they're working with you, and they want you to be in a position where you feel financially secure, you know. So self-nurture, having some faith, and, you know, the manifestations are here. They will help you to bring this balance and to enable you to move forward, Gemini, and feel that you're in the right place. Let me just see. They're wanting me to pull a card from this deck. I'm not going to pull cards for every scenario. Yes, they've already thrown this, or highlighted this one, which is the first one that's popped out, higher power. So you're being watched over, Gemini. You're being watched over by Spirit, by the angels. If, you know, obviously the angels are always around you, and, you know, whoever it is in higher power that you know, believe in, you are being looked after, you are being protected, which is what we've said throughout this reading. So when you take your leap of faith, should you decide to, then, you know, they have got your back. Yes, we have the Observer card. They're looking out for you. They're very much looking out for you. So I think there might be another one. I just feel sometimes it doesn't feel complete. Poised. Yeah. So, you know, despite all the struggles you may have had, Gemini, or all the sort of, you know, thoughts about making changes, they're saying that, you know, you are poised on the verge of a new opportunity. Excuse me. You are, so, you know, here comes the leap of faith. Should you decide to take it, they will back you. But you are poised at the edge of it. So that's coming up fairly soon. So don't be surprised if in May you actually have your Knight of Pentacles moment, and you hear about a job offer, or a job offer is placed in front of you, or a job opportunity, and you know, should you decide to take it, Spirit will back you, Spirit will be with you. You just need to put your worries aside. Okay, Gemini. Right, Gemini, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. As I said, it is my first ever reading on my channel. You are the chosen ones today. I will be doing a love reading for you in the next couple of days or so. I'm very, I'm very much getting into the pattern of how regularly I'll be doing videos, because obviously this is my first one, so I have to see what routine I can establish that I can cope with energetically. So bear with me. Please leave a comment below, because you know, I would obviously, you know, I'm just starting here, it's my first video. Sorry, I'm going to have a drink of water, bear with me. Sorry about that. Yes, so if you could please leave a comment below, let me think what you thought of the reading, anything that you'd like me specifically to look at. I don't mean on a personal basis, but I mean for, you know, Gemini as a collective. Please let me know, and you know, I'll try soon to get those readings underway too. I will try to respond to any messages that any comments that I get. And in the meantime, if you could really help me out, that would be great. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Please. I need to build my subscriber base, obviously, because I'm only just starting. So if you could please subscribe, hit the like button, please press the little bell button, so that when the next video comes up, you'll, you know, hear that it's coming, especially at the moment, because I haven't yet decided on my routine. It will decide what it'll be, dependent on what type of readings I decide to do. You know, whether I do daily reads, whether I do monthly reads, whatever. This one is sort of based around May in terms of money and career. As you know, I'll be doing the same for a love reading, but you know, I'm going to try and do other readings in between as well. So thank you for your time, Gemini. It's been lovely to read for you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye.